Good morning and Merry Christmas. Welcome to AMHQ. I'm meteorologist Kelly Cass.
And I'm Dr. Erika Navarro. It's a white Christmas for many people as Winter Storm Ethan pushes through the Northeast.
Yeah, we're talking about a multiple of hazards, right? We've got the wind picking up as well. So, Dr. Navarro, those winds are going to be quite strong, blowing the snow around as well.
Yeah, we could be seeing 40 to 50 mile per hour winds out of this system. So if the snow and the ice on the roads isn't enough, how about some gusty winds on top of that? You're taking a live look here at Boston right now, sitting right around 37 as people are waking up this morning, but it feels like 26. So that cold air is definitely mixing in. But now we got to worry about the wind chills potentially as we head into later this day, because we've got wind advisories all throughout the Northeast with that coastal system that's going to be moving right up the East Coast and developing as it does so. So anytime you get that tightening of the pressure gradient, that helps to kick up the winds. And we're already seeing things pick up right now. Pittsburgh, we're already gusting into the 30 mile per hour range. Philadelphia, winds are only about 10 miles per hour, so things haven't picked up there. But this is the corridor we're likely going to be looking at through today and, of course, up the coast, because this low pressure system is going to be skirting very closely here to the southeastern coast of Massachusetts, then up towards the southeastern part of Maine. And again, developing as it does so. Notice we went from 1,000 down to 984. So we're dropping more than 20 millibars here right along the coast. So that's going to kick up some winds again, potentially into the 40, 50 mile per hour range. So this is likely, you can think of it as like a nor'easter here. You can see those winds coming up the coast. Watch that pink area as it comes up. Nantucket gusting into the 40, 50 mile per hour range. Boston sustained around 20 to 25 miles per hour. So that's a pretty gusty day, fairly breezy, but we could be getting some gusts up to 35 or 40 on top of that as we head into the afternoon. And then it'll be off towards Maine and eventually off to Newfoundland after that. But again, these winds on the back end are likely going to persist. So Kelly, this is quite the day. People are going to be traveling on the roads. They've got a lot of hazards to look out for.
Both hands on the wheel. Be very careful in the Midwest. It continues to plow its way through the South. Did I hear you say minus 40 for wind chill somewhere?
Yeah, I was like, how about I top you about 20 degrees below zero there? There was a wind chill report of negative 42 degrees in Minot, North Dakota. That's cold. I don't even think I wouldn't even know what to do in that type of weather. But we are talking about very cold temperatures coming down from the north. Polar Express is the right term for it, and we're going to have to look out for those wind chills because those gusty winds are going to make things just feel brutal. You're not going to want to go outside without anything and everything covering your face here because this is going to be quite cold. Negative 33 in International Falls this morning, negative 11 down in Minneapolis. Again, this is the wind chills, the feels like temperature, and it doesn't really get much better. As we head throughout the day, we haven't hit zero in a lot of these places by the time we hit the afternoon. Down here in North Platte and Omaha, you can see things warming up relatively, but it's going to stay very cold throughout the day here. So please stay inside, sit by the fire, because that Arctic air comes down and it does not go away here over the next couple of days. So we're definitely going to have to look out for this one. It's going to set the stage potentially for some more snow here in the future. But even on Tuesday morning, look at International Falls, negative 40 degrees. So again, this is just too cold in a lot of these areas. Heading into tomorrow, you can see those purple temperatures creeping in, so things are warming up quite a bit. Rapid City, we're sitting right around 0 degrees, so still feeling quite cold there. Still in the negatives here all along the Great Lakes area, and so again, things just, when I say warm, it's not really, again, it's a relative term here, but we're looking at our next chance for snow here on Thursday, and those temperatures come up to 14. But Kelly, with temperatures like this, you got to imagine we're going to be looking at snow for quite some time in a lot of these areas.
I'm shivering just looking at that forecast, Eric. That's going to be picking up later on as well.
Yeah, we got multiple threats to worry about here. Talk about a Christmas Day present for you here in the Northeast. Taking a look at Providence, travel could get quite tricky here along I-95. We could be seeing rain, snow here ending sometime before noon. But again, if things move any more slowly or quickly based on what we're thinking, that could always change. Boston, it's raining right now, and we're likely going to see that also end before noon. But those wind gusts are going to come into play here as we head throughout the day, so that could make things quite breezy there for you on the roads. You look at a place now like Portland, Maine, the wind also gusting into the 30 mile per hour range. The snow likely ending around noon. But again, with these cold temperatures that are moving in, we could still be seeing some slick spots on the roadways. Now we're up towards Bangor, Maine, again, still all along I-95. Slick roadways are going to be the name of the game today in a lot of these areas. That snow probably going to be persisting into the early evening, so make sure you take caution. Maybe stay home if you can avoid it, because Kelly, maybe this is not the day to be traveling in the Northeast.
And do we have that in the forecast? forecast as we take a look at our weekend in view.
Yeah, prolonged cold is something we're going to be facing here across much of the northern tier of the country. Polar Express coming down here, Arctic air coming down. But right now we've got snow for your Christmas day here across the northeast and the west. Seattle, of all places, it's snowing, which is certainly quite strange for them. Tomorrow we'll see some showers here creeping up into the southeast, and that could potentially turn into a storm as we head to the latter part of this week. So make sure you stay tuned on that. There's a look at those cold temperatures. Bismarck, North Dakota, sitting right around 4 degrees, but quite sunny. Snow coming back into the forecast for your Wednesday. Chicago, another place that's going to be quite cold this week, and going to be pretty sunny underneath that high pressure before the next storm comes in as we head into your Wednesday and Thursday. Denver, we're now at 52 degrees, so a little bit warmer than average here in these places. Hopefully that snow comes back in. Phoenix, sitting pretty right around 75 and sunny. Just gorgeous weather for you here heading into your Thursday. There's a look at those showers and potentially a storm coming into the southeast here Thursday into Friday. Northeast, we're going to have another chance for snow as we head to the latter part of this week, looking at New York with temperatures still quite cold and snowing there right around 25 degrees. Again, heading into your Saturday now, there's those showers coming back into the southeast. We'll be watching those storms in the west as well, potentially to bring in more snow and rain to the upper elevations. Seattle, you're warming up to about 45 degrees here as we head into your Saturday. And then Sunday, the clouds roll back in. Denver, your temperature is going to drop a little bit, but over the northern tier, it is still quite cold, Kelly, and a lot of these in the mood looking at those pictures. It's just so wonderful to see everybody celebrating the holidays. Well, a lot of people here are waking up to a white Christmas this morning. This is a map here showing you everywhere we've received at least an inch of snow across the country. Seattle and the west coast of all places, you have marked in on this map here, which is just amazing. We saw 1.4 inches, I believe, yesterday, which is very rare in those areas. All throughout the west, we've got heavy snow in the mountains, but here, Midwest and the Northeast, you got some fresh snow from Winter Storm Ethan yesterday, and even into today, we still have snow coming down, likely for the next couple of hours in a lot of these places. Zooming in here into New England, you can see a little bit of that warmer air starting to mix in now. So Boston, just to the west of you, that's where that rain snow line is mixing in. So we could be seeing potentially some areas of iciness in that area, likely going to change over to rain, but we're also going to have some gusty winds to deal with today as a low pressure rapidly develops and skirts the New England coast. Right now, we're watching I-87 into Albany and the surrounding areas very closely, because look at these darker colors here that are starting to mix in. This is a persistent band, or at least a heavy band, that's moving into the region where we could be seeing snowfall rates into the 1-2 inch range, maybe even higher, depending on how much energy is really associated with that. So that could cause the visibilities to come down very much here in these areas. So maybe wait till this band moves out if you're planning on hitting the roads here to go celebrate Christmas today. All right, heading out to the west here, you can see that snow spilling across the Rockies. Seattle, it is still snowing. So we have the potential here to bust a top 5 event here on the records, because snow in Seattle, especially this early on Christmas, is very rare for a lot of these areas. They don't typically get snow, even though they're pretty far to the north. So also snowing in Port Angeles there. Again, temperatures right around freezing, and it's not just Seattle. Portland, right now it's freezing rain, which will hopefully end soon. It's likely going to end before noon today, but you also got an inch of snow yesterday, so the roads could be quite slippery in the Portland area. But here you go, Seattle, 1.6 inches. So correct me there. We had recorded at SeaTac Airport. And Kelly, this is the only the seventh time in history on Christmas Eve that we've seen measurable snow in Seattle.
And those records go back to the 1800s. Just a